Welcome to Wild Pursuits with Cross Trail Outfitters, where we guide the next generation to Christ through the outdoors. Join us around the campfire as we share stories of faith, courage, and adventure. So you guys are like a breed of your own when it comes to that. But Luke, explain to people so local Alaskan youth, go ahead and hand that to him, and I'll just can harvest grizzlies and how that kind of works.
Yeah, so if you were an out-of-stater, you would have to hire a guide, and that's pretty expensive to go on a grizzly hunt. We have a lot of grizzlies in this area of Alaska, and they actually eat a lot of the moose calves. So I've heard different numbers from different people, but a fish and game guy told me about half the moose calves, when they're born in May, will get eaten by a grizzly bear before they grow up. So it helps the moose population to take a few grizzly bears out and keep that from just being too much of a drag on their population numbers. So the locals in this area of Alaska are allowed to harvest one grizzly bear a year, and there's really no age limit. So if you've got a 14-year-old young man that you trust, you can take him on a grizzly hunt. And he was saying, like, I started shooting at the bear too. Normally in CTO we have one rifle. The adult carries it until they're ready to hunt, and they hand it to the kid, and the kid shoots the deer or the hog or whatever. We do it a little differently with bears because, bears can be dangerous. So I don't take a kid bear hunting unless I trust him to carry his own rifle. And so the kid will carry the kid gun, and I'll carry a rifle. Usually it's a bigger one. And the understanding is if they make a shot on a bear and it looks bad, I'll start shooting the bear and finish it off with them. Yeah. And so in this situation, William actually made a perfect double lung shot on this grizzly. The grizzly only moved maybe 20 or 30 feet before it dropped. So he did everything by the book perfectly right. Yeah. But what was interesting is when this grizzly started to run, it was running through this corridor in the woods directly towards us. I'm not sure it was charging. I think it may have just been taking the easy way out of there. But it is coming towards me. So
you got two boys.
And I got two boys I'm supposed to keep safe. So I did shoot the bear. I think I hit it once, and once was a miss. And that probably turned the bear off, and it died off kind of to the side of the trail, but it didn't kill it. It was definitely William's shot that killed that bear.
There was no doubt about that. You could tell that just by when you looked at the bear and where the shot placement was and everything. So, well, just an example, like Jonathan, he's from Wisconsin, out-of-state license that he bought. He can only harvest a black bear. Right, if I understood that right.
So Jonathan couldn't harvest a grizzly unless he went with a registered guide. Yeah. And so I'm a CTO guide, but as far as the state of Alaska is concerned, I'm not a registered guide. Yeah. I can't take money for hunts and things like that.
Yeah. And we don't charge for this hunt here. I think it's good for everybody to know too, for that very, very reason. Yeah,
we get people donate money to support these hunts, and we really appreciate that, but I don't charge anything for these hunts. The boys don't, buy gas for me or snacks or anything. So there's no money coming from the boys to me, just to make sure there's not even a hint of being sketchy or not following the rules.
No, I think it's good to know, because there's people. I mean, this is Alaska. It's not different. It's just the way we always want to follow the rules and the laws of the land. The Bible tells us to do that. God tells us to do that, and it's important that we do that. That's why when he was mentioning that, because I know outside looking in, you start thinking about grizzly bears and kids hunting. I mean, when I've mentioned that to anybody, they look at you like what? Like, are you insane? Or, well, that doesn't sound right. But it is right. That's why we're able to do what we're doing. So it is amazing. So congratulations, William, on your second bear, first grizzly, and first grizzly ever taken in CTO Alaska. To my knowledge, first grizzly ever in CTO nationwide. And we've been around for over 20 years now across the nation. So just an exciting time. A lot of firsts. First summer camp. Luke's been leading outings and doing some sportsman's nights for the last couple of years, but first extended outing, long summer camp that we do with the boys. And this is a powerful summer for CTO nationwide. We've got 35 sessions of camps. Man, we got saltwater camps, we've got lake fishing camps, we've got ram camps, we've got hog camps, we've got bear camps, fly fishing camps, professional bass fishermen coming in for camps, and sportsmen's camps, young bucks camps. I mean, there's just so many things that are going on all across the nation right now. It's very, very, very powerful what God is doing. And we're talking a lot about the hunts. I know we got a lot of other boys around here. Share anybody. Congratulations on the bears, right? And that is exciting. I know everybody wants to hear a lot about that. But if one of you or two of you tell us what your kind of like we've been talking about our highs for the week, or several of you mentioned campfires. Maybe Dominic, you might be a perfect one here. Okay, Dominic's from Brazil. Okay, and he's our camper of the week. Which, by the way, congratulations on that, Dominic. Tell everybody about our campfires, and kind of how we've done our campfires and our devotions. I think people would really want to know. I know that you said that was extra special for you. Kind of tell everybody a little bit about that for a minute.
So what we first do is everyone rate themselves like 0 to 10 physically, mentally, and spiritually. So then when everyone already said it, then there has like a little devotional, like 1 page of a paper, and there has scripture and some questions. So what I thought is very interesting from this part is that you, the CTO's guys, leaders, make questions to you, and then later on, you have to go alone to another place with your Bible and read the scripture. So then later, God can tell you what to say or what you're thinking. So then later, when we come back here, or like later at night, we tell them what God told us, and yeah, it's pretty interesting.
That's cool. That's awesome, brother. And I know this group as a whole took it very seriously. I mean, when we had our quiet times after our devotions, and they go quiet times to go be with the Lord, read scripture. I mean, we had to tell them, hey, we need to go now. We got to go to the next thing. It wasn't like sometimes people can kind of be quick on those and then get kind of antsy. But every one of these boys, I was very proud of you guys for the way you handled that. And you took it very seriously. And several of you said your time with God. A couple of you told me yesterday in the car saying that you understood more through this camp what it was like to hear God and to spend time with Him. That thrilled me more than even the bears. Just because you guys, that means you were getting it. It doesn't mean it's all perfect and we got it all right. It just means you were getting it and understanding that this truly is about a relationship with Christ, and He desires a relationship with you guys. And what CTO does, we just provide the moment, provide the time to do it, and the activities to come to do it, and then let you know kind of how to do it, and just mentor you guys through that. So that was great, Dominic. I appreciate that. So, okay, I got to hear from Jonah over here. All right, Jonah, one. You can say whatever you want to say, but I do got to know, because I know you were sleeping in that stand when the bear was there. Mm-hmm. So basically, a grizzly bear came in on you, and you didn't even know it, and you were asleep. William was the shooter, but what did you think when all of a sudden you heard a shot?
I just thought he killed a bear, and it was just normal. Like, I've seen many bears get killed.
Oh, in Alaska.
Like 2. But
you've seen several bears get harvested.
No, like 2.
2, okay.
Or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just sleeping. I just heard the death moan, and yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. It's so matter of fact. That's why I think it cracks me up. It's just like, yeah, no big deal. I live in Alaska. I've seen bears die. I've seen bears get shot. And yeah, I just take naps in the middle of the night. It doesn't matter. I don't have a gun with me. I'm just sitting here watching my buddy shoot a grizzly bear, but I'm sleeping. Well, Jonah, we appreciate you being here at camp too. You've been a joy to watch grow in the Lord too. tell us something. What was one of your favorite things here at camp?
I really like the campfires and getting closer to God, and the food was really great.
Oh, the food was good.
And just bear hunting.
Okay,
So, yeah.
that's cool. What was your favorite meal?
Probably the snack where we got to cook our own hot dogs.
Hot dogs. You're such a boy. Hot dogs. We not mind you that we had chicken fajitas. We had bear one night with fried potatoes over open fires. And since the ladies were doing so much of the meals, they made us eat our vegetables a couple times. So we had to eat vegetables one time, and you guys devoured those too. So that's awesome, buddy. I appreciate that. All right. Has anybody else got a "there I was" story? You got a "there I was" story? No? Oh, come on, Garrett. No, "there I was" story, Garrett, from Garrett? This is hilarious. Okay, people that are watching, people that are listening can't see this, but Garrett here was our youngest camper, and you wouldn't have known it. He was great, had a servant heart, a lot of "how can I help you?" And he's also one of our most talkative ones of the whole bunch. And he is sitting here right now with this look on his face. Please don't talk to me. And please don't hand that mic to me. That's just cracking me up. I figured he'd say, yeah, let me tell you all about it. Nothing? No? All right, not even like food was good? No?
The food was good.
All right, that's awesome.
I've got a "there I was."
Okay.
So there I was. I cracked a rib getting one bear out of the woods. We finally get the grizzly bear out of the woods. We're ready for everybody else to show up and take pictures. And they're taking their sweet time. I'm pretty sure they had coffee or something on the way. And so I put a raincoat over my face to keep the bugs off of me, and I go take a nap. Jonah's taking a nap a little ways away. William's taking a nap a little ways away.
All the Alaskans are taking
We're
a nap in the
we're
woods.
just at peace with the world. The world is at peace with us, except for the grizzly bear and the black bear that we just shot. And I wake up, and everyone is standing over us with their phones, taking pictures of us sleeping on the ground next to the bears. I don't know how I feel about this.
That's hilarious. No, I love that. I will have to say that's probably one of my, I got a lot of favorite moments this week, but that was so cool. I am so glad that they came back and got us. For every person here got to experience it. The ladies got to come and be a part of it, and just with that end harvest to be able to see it and be around it, and then the whole processing and the skinning and everything that we do, and taking the meat off, just so much work that goes into it. And it's special that we all got to do it together. We all got to pray over them, and just thanking God for the harvest, and that's just special. And yeah, it woke us up in the middle of the night, and you guys have been up all night, and I felt like because I think we went to bed at 1 a.m., so really we were only about 3 or 4 hours of sleep, but it's a few more than you guys had, except for Jonah. It sounds like he got quite a bit of good sleep that night. So that is awesome. Nathan, you got something?
Sure, I'll say something.
All right.
We should say something about the glacier.
Nathan's our Wisconsin outfitter. I know you guys have heard him on previous podcasts, but he's here helping lead this camp.
Yes, I'll say a few things. One thing is the devotionals that we had this week. They're for the kids, but they don't just speak to the kids, they speak to the adults too.
Yeah.
And I thought that was very powerful. And one that speaks out to, or stands out to me, is the one about God blessing you, and how has He blessed you today? And I'm just new to being a full-time outfitter with CTO. And this is my first summer, crazy summer of like 9 summer camps. And they're all almost one after another, week after week, all in a row. And here we end up in Alaska. And in a way, to be honest, I thought of it as just being a job, really, of just, okay, they need my help in Alaska, I'll go to Alaska. Well, when I got here, I was just blown away of the beauty and the mountains. I mean, it wasn't anything like I was expecting. And with that devotional we had, like how has God blessed you, is just to me, it was like how God was patting me on the back, and like, hey, like a gift, like come see this. And it was just really cool to me how that all came together.
Yeah.
And yesterday, we got to go walk on a glacier. And you can't describe how awesome that spot was with the mountains all around you and standing on a glacier. Just God's beauty and glory. It's just unreal. So that's what I have to say.
Yeah. No, you're that is awesome, because the whole, you're not going to be able to, if you've never stood on a glacier and then have mountains all around you. I mean, Alaska is just phenomenal in itself, but to stand on a glacier, and not just on the edge of a glacier. Really understand. We climbed on a glacier for about a mile into, and they got to see pure, what were those called, Luke? The blue holes of water.
Well, it's where the I forget what they're called, but it's where the ice melts a little bit more in one place, and then any water that melts on top of the glacier creates these little creeks, which can be very beautiful. There can be little waterfalls and things like that, and it will run into this pool, and so you'll have a pool of water that might be 20 or 30 feet deep on top of a glacier, and it's just the darkest,
deepest,
purest, like turquoise blue you can imagine.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of the prettiest things on a glacier.
Yeah, it is. That is phenomenal. And just to be a part of that, I kind of stayed back there towards the end when we were on the glacier, and when we stayed back away from that, I just was kind of, God was just telling me to stay away and kind of watch you guys. So I spent some time alone, and there was one time where I just turned around and I couldn't, you guys were behind me, and I couldn't see anything but just all glacier and then mountain peaks all around. And literally I got emotional, and just to see the beauty of God's creation and how he speaks. I think it's important for people to know. You go read the scripture. Where did Jesus go? He always usually went to the wilderness. He always went there to commune with God when he needed help, when he needed to just feel the presence of his Father. He went to his creation, went to the wilderness to be there. It's where he went to do battle. So I think it's important to know that's part of what we do in CTO. I think God speaks in a special way in the wilderness, especially to men. I think he doesn't speak to ladies too in that way, but he speaks to men in a powerful way when it comes to that. And I was just feeling that yesterday, and just seeing his awe-inspiring masterpiece artwork that he puts together out here. Even though this is a place that could eat you up in a heartbeat too, but just how amazing it is to experience that. And it's been a blast to watch you guys do this together, and to experience this with you. I know everybody's kind of had an opportunity. Gideon, you got something you want to say?
When I saw the big bear.
Yeah,
the grizzly bear.
yeah.
I don't think you've really done that big bear justice. You need to tell that story.
Tell it again.
Well, we as a group haven't really done the big bear justice, the one that got away. So you can tell that story if you want.
Tell us the big bear that got away story.
Okay.
And then we'll close with that, and we'll because we got to still pack up from camp.
Yeah.
We still got, and I'm starting getting hungry again. Y'all start getting hungry? Yeah. No? Mr. Hollow Leg Syndrome back there? I know you're hungry.
He's not hungry, but yet he can still eat a lot.
He can still eat when he's not hungry?
Yeah.
All right, Gabe, let's hear you, because I know we hadn't heard
Okay.
from you yet.
So there I was sitting in a bear stand, with Luke and Jonathan. Luke was beside me, and we were waiting. It was my turn to shoot. So I had the gun, and Luke also had a gun. And so we were just sitting there waiting, getting eaten by mosquitoes, waiting for something. And I was kind of tired and sleepy, so I was kind of like dozing, kind of, sort of. And then I kind of woke up, and then I looked over at Jonathan, and he had his phone, and like I could see on the screen there was like a big bear, and I'm like, huh? And like Luke was tapping me on the leg, and then I looked, and there's like this huge brown grizzly bear there, and it was like the biggest bear that I've ever seen, and I'm like, whoa, where did that come from? And
How did a big old thing like that sneak in on you?
yeah, and his head was huge, and I didn't even like notice him because I was just like dozing, and then I was starting to get like shaky and excited and kind of scared, so I started to pull up my gun, and then he like looked at me or looked towards us, so then I froze, and his head was huge,
Keep talking about this huge head.
looking at us. And then he went back to eating the marshmallows, and then I started putting the gun back up, and I think I got it in the place where I would shoot it, but he was like facing me, so I didn't get a good shot. And then I think he looked at me, and then he just like ran off in the woods. And so then we waited for another like hour or two. I think another like 2 hours, and like we heard like moving, like I think he went around us a few times, and then he came back, and he kind of like slowly snuck in, and then he started sniffing the marshmallows or like eating them. So then I started to put up my gun again, and then I had it up, and then he like looked at me, and then I froze. And he was like staring at me for like a long time, and
Was he looking into your soul?
yeah, and I was just like not moving, and then he went back to eating the marshmallows, and then I don't think I even got it up all the way, and then he took off in the woods, and he was actually really quiet when he took off. I was kind of surprised. And then I just left my gun up because we were thinking if he came a second time, he would come a third time maybe.
Yeah.
So we waited for like a few hours, but he didn't show up. And then the sun started to come up, so then we packed up and went to the truck and drove home.
Wow.
Drove to the campsite.
That's awesome story in itself, brother, because we're talking a grizzly bear, and we're talking a big grizzly bear, like what, 8+ foot.
Well, based on the video that Jonathan got on this bear, I think it might be an 8-foot plus grizzly that has kind of been around here that people have seen on game cameras. But one of the guys who manages the native-owned land around here told me the only time he's seen this grizzly was from an airplane when he was flying around checking on things. He saw the bear. It's a very big bear. It's probably a pretty old bear that's really smart, and anytime he sees something that's not right or smells something, he just leaves, and that's why no one's ever shot him.
But we know a secret now.
Yeah.
He likes marshmallows.
He likes marshmallows. So, the fact that the boys were even able to see this bear means they were doing a good job of hunting, because otherwise he would have just heard them or smelled them a long ways off and never would have even came into the bait. But yeah. So they did a really good job on this one. Even though we didn't kill a bear, it was still really cool to see the bear. A good description of how some of these bears look that I heard is they look at you like you owe them money.
Yeah.
They just have this look. You don't want to mess with them.
Yeah.
And the other thing I was going to say is kudos to Gideon. A lot of people would have freaked out when they saw this bear, thrown up the gun and just fired a shot without really thinking about it. He was going to take his time, and he didn't take the shot when it wasn't a good shot, which made me really happy because it shows respect to the animal. It also shows respect to me because then I don't have to go track a gut shot grizzly into the bushes and clean up somebody's mess. So I appreciated the fact, Gideon, that you kept your calm, and when there wasn't a good shot, you didn't take a shot.
Yeah.
Well, I also didn't want it to like charge us, like if I miss and then he'd get angry and then start charging us, this huge bear coming towards us, and I didn't really want that either.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, that is a good job, Gideon, because there's a lot of people that would take that shot. Oh my gosh, I have this biggest bear I've ever seen in my entire life in front of me. I want to shoot. And so many people do that, and we don't teach that in CTO. We teach patience, and you always got to let it be willing to walk, because it's about the experience. It's not about the kill. It's about experience God, first of all, but then it's about experiencing the process of that and being patient like that. It's very good, Gideon. So I'm proud of you for that, because there's many kids that would pull the trigger. Most men would pull the trigger there. So, well, guys, this has been great, man. It's been awesome. It's been powerful, man. We could do this podcast for hours and hours and hours. There's so much good stuff out there that we could tell people more about. But man, we've got great campfires. We got time with the Lord, great devotions, great bear hunts to go away. We said if we'd shoot one bear with six young men here, and we end up killing 2 in a period of 20 minutes. And we've been on glaciers. We didn't even talk about fishing. Got to do a little fishing, caught some trout, some beautiful rainbows. Just really cool stuff that we were able to do this last week. And it's been a pleasure for me to be a part of this with all of you guys here. And we asked some of the highs for the day and the high for the week, and many of them said the food with everything. So the ladies, who many of you can't see, are standing behind the camera over here. Thank you for all of your hard work. And Luke's got a high standard now he's got to get up to when it comes to the food aspect of CTO summer camps now. But it's been a great week, guys, and I'm proud of each one of you guys, and proud to be here with you and to watch you guys grow in the Lord and see a couple bears go down, and to be good stewards of what God has provided for us. So until next time here on Wild Pursuits, we'll see you around the campfire. Thank you for listening to Wild Pursuits with Cross Trail Outfitters. CTO is a hunting and fishing club with the mission of guiding the next generation to Christ through the outdoors. If you'd like to support us or are interested in getting involved, visit us on our website at teamcto.org. Links are in the description. Make sure to like and share our podcast. And join us next time around the campfire with Wild Pursuits.